Nice to see you.
And you?
How are you looking ahead of Saturday?
Pretty much full strength, other than Mickey. So yeah, in good shape, obviously, but we just got to monitor a few today and see how. I think there's a couple of sore bodies, but see how they are. So the likes of like Clarkey, etc. Priestley and Robbie, probably obviously because they played the 90 minutes on Wednesday. Other than that, good to go.
Good stuff. Salford surprisingly not off to a great start, but you'll probably still be expecting a very tricky game up there.
Yeah, they got a good squad. They're strong in everything that they do. So that they'll be, albeit they haven't started the best, but it'd be obviously looking to try and change that. But we just got to make sure we apply ourselves in the right manner, and hopefully we can get a good result like we did at Tranmere last week.
Fair to say midweek didn't go perhaps exactly as planned. So how's it been kind of I presume there's been no problem getting focused on the game on Saturday?
No, there's been we've said after the game it's done and dusted. It doesn't, we won't let that linger on, and that's the way we do things here. So that's now gone. We've got to learn from it, but I'm not really going to be doing a reflection on that game. Not in depth too much. So I said my things after the game, and then that's it. It's put to bed. So we move on now to Salford. So that's pretty simple, really, as far as we're concerned. And me and the gaffer both agreed on that. So that's what we do.
As you mentioned him, how is the gaffer?
He's good. Yeah, he's okay. He's able to come out on Sunday, I think it is. So I know he's obviously just gonna. He's only a couple of days away now, so seems to have gone quite quick. It probably hasn't for him, but it seems to have gone quite quick. Obviously, because we've had the 2 games as well quite quickly. But yeah, it seems like we're just recovering, prepping for games, and so yeah, it's been a bit relentless, but at least the time's flying for us.
How many hours do you think you've spent in communication with him since he couldn't come out of his house?
Not too long. We pretty much he's left a few things to me, and then he knows that I sort most things out with training and everything else, and it's just about picking the team and discussions around that, really. Who's going to be the best fit for each game. So yeah, it hasn't been hours and hours. He wouldn't want to speak to me for that long.
The game didn't go very well in midweek, but the occasion certainly did. There's around 6,000 fans there. The pitch looked fantastic. I don't know what it was like to play on. What were kind of the players' takeaways from both the crowd and the new pitch?
Yeah, just great to be back, really. Just that was all they said. It was they wanted to soak up the atmosphere, which was good, albeit we didn't give much to cheer about, but I think and they got behind the boys, and that's the main thing. And we've always given something to to cling on to in them sort of games. But Southampton, like I said on the night, Southampton were very professional in what they did, and we rested quite a few. I think it was seven from the Tranmere game, so it was it was going to be a tough ask for us. But yeah, the whole night was good, just to be back in our own surroundings, which I kind of forgot what it was like, really, if I'm honest. So it was just good to get back. The meeting there, the change rooms, albeit they're not finished, but they're starting to look good, hopefully for Leyton Orient when we're at home next.
And it kind of puts you on an even playing field, doesn't it, with the rest of the division? Because it is a bit of a disadvantage, all the miles you've had to do, and the fact that it's such a boost having fans back, and obviously Newport County up till now haven't been able to enjoy that advantage.
No, I with referees, etc. I don't know. I always seem to think that I'm a bit of a pessimist when it comes to them. I think that what we've created over the years is that referees think when they come to Newport, it's a little bit more of, right, they got to show how strong they are and that they're not intimidated by, any hostility as such, towards them. And they sort of seem to just go against us sort of early doors. So I'm always glass half empty really with the refs. I'm not, they got a difficult job, but away from home, you always think that they're a bit more of a homer as such, but it's hard to just keep, hopefully relying on the referees. Hopefully we don't need to do that, and that's what we've taken away in the last few weeks. We've had to deal with the crowds being against us because we've been away from home. The referees are, we always think that they're never going to give us anything anyway, so it's not something that we got to rely on. We just want them to do their job properly, and that's it. So having them at home, that hopefully the fans just getting behind the players is the most important thing for us.
Final question from me, and it's the predictable one. Few days to go till the transfer window closes. Likelihood of any more ins or outs, or would you say that you're kind of more or less done?
No, I think we're pretty much we're at full capacity. I think at the moment, I'll be, maybe we could look trying to get a loan in, but that might just be a last minute thing. I know the gaffer's maybe just looking at a couple, but yeah, we're pretty much probably at full capacity, I would say, and I don't really think anybody's going to be going out.
Thanks, Wayne, and best of luck. Best of luck tomorrow. Cheers.
Okay. Thanks, Mike.
Oh, Wayne, it's a bit of a waste of an isolation for Flynn. He could have been wheeler dealing, couldn't he?
Yeah.
But there we are.
I'm sure he is somehow. Anyway, yeah.
Indeed, yeah. In terms of on the road again, but Tranmere was pretty much the blueprint, I guess, for what you're going to need in Salford again in terms of an away performance.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be. I'm not going to say obviously it's not. It's nowhere near going to be as big as crowd as at Tranmere, so we haven't got to put up with that. But we got to try and keep them quiet, and I think the first goal could be probably quite important, especially as it was at Tranmere. And if we can get that first goal, it might just heap a little bit more pressure on them. And in the players' way, they've been sort of not getting the best results at the moment. It's going to be, they may think, well, here we go again. It's not our day. So, if we can get our heads in front, that could be quite pivotal for us. And it's going to be, then there's something for us to hang on for, like we did at Tranmere. But we got to play our way into the game. It's not. We just got to stay in the game and make sure that we apply ourselves correctly. We got, we play good football, like you see at Tranmere. When we can get it down and we can play. So hopefully we can cause them a few problems.
In terms of, obviously didn't go to plan on Wednesday for him or anyone else, but how important has Ed teeth in? How influential has Ed Upson been in the start of the season?
Yeah, Ed's been he's been really good so far. He's settled in really well. He's fell into that little, I say, deep line position. He's not, he's very technically very good. He's switched on to when, if our outside centre back step in, or when Matt has done it, if he steps in, he's clever enough to, to be the balance off for us. So he's done that really well. And then whenever we've gone through, Ed, he's always looked to keep the ball for us, and that's worked well. And yeah, I've liked what I've seen off Ed, but it wasn't something that I already didn't know he couldn't do. So he's a good player, and he's fitting in well.
You're always coming up against some former players, but obviously Liam Shepherd and Tom King. What do you think they'll bring to Salford?
Well, Sheppy bring a different dynamic to what they had last year. They had predominantly a centre back playing at right back last year, so obviously that gives them a different different dynamic. Obviously they had a good goalkeeper in Halajki last year, and obviously he's moved on, but they've done a good replacement with Tom. So he done well for us last year. So it's hats off to him. They've gone on to another club, but it'd be good to see him. But like we said, we're just we're going to concentrate on what what we can do against them, and hopefully, hopefully Tom's picking the ball out of his own net.
Can I just finally check on in terms of the full squad? Does that include Courtney Baker Richardson, or is he a bit?
No, Courtney's still a little while away. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't even.
Oh no,
he's been out since the start of the season, so yeah, he was a bit more of a longer term one, but yeah, he's not going to be in that as well.
What is his issue? Is it?
It was his quad. He just had I think it was a grade 2 on his quad, I think.
Okay, there we are. All good, brilliant. All right, thanks for that, and I'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
No worries. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
All done.